Hey guys, how's it going? This is Reinhardt, and a lot of people ask me how to duel warrior as a lock. And last patch we didn't have a much problem with warriors because, let's face it, we could jump their charges, and basically none of them were gag order spec. But right now there's almost no way you can actually get a single cast off against the warrior because they have a lot of interrupts via gag order. They can throw down you, they can spell reflect whatever you're trying to cast in their face, and on top of that you cannot actually get a good amount of distance against the warriors because you can no longer jump their charges. And I tried a lot of different duels, and in fact I had actually really hard time dueling against the warriors when I was trying to make a movie for you guys. And I tried a different specs, I tried different paths, and I actually found out a very good and reliable way to beat them. But before, I'm gonna actually show you the whole picture of when you're fighting the warrior. From what I found out, that when you're fighting the warrior, what it's gonna come down to is if you can actually land a good CC on him to get enough distance in between charges so you can actually have your dart uptime for about a good 12 seconds before him actually getting on you. So basically what it comes down to is, can you actually get off 12 seconds worth of dart damage on the warrior or not? And if you can, you win, and if you cannot, you lose. The problem here is if you use your howls, he berserker rages out of them. If you're trying to cast a fear in his face, he's gonna throw down you. If you're gonna try to cast again, he's just gonna pummel you with a gag order. It doesn't even matter if you're gonna interrupt or not. You cannot trinket his fear because you have to save it. You also cannot port until he has a blade storm cooldown down. Otherwise, most likely you're gonna lose. On top of that, his regen is actually regaining more HP than your dot damage. First, let's take a look at what I did with my talents. I take 3 points in morbidity. Why? For solo reason, because we need that heal when we get low. The second is, I actually don't care much about my pet dying or healing my pet, so I actually put 3 points into Demonic Embrace, which gives you about 10% extra stamina instead of Fell Synergy that basically heals your pet whenever you do damage. The way I see it is, your pet is not gonna die in a duel. In threes, yes, you need to actually do some off healing to your pet, and you do actually need to resummon your pet when it dies, because happens quite frequently. But in duels, no, there's no way. Now to the right, I also want you guys to take a look at the glyphs that I picked. Okay, let's actually zoom them in. The prime glyphs are gonna be the same regardless. You need the damage, and there's not many other good options. But I want you to take a look at the major ones. There's a seduction, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it a bit later on. But there's seduction. Basically, your seduce removes any damage of the over time effects on your target. There's also a souling, and there's also a shadow flame. And I'm gonna explain you why. First of all, 10% extra stamina from the talent. It's gonna give us a bit more survivability and the healing, because we're healed based on the percentages HP back. So if we have extra stamina and extra 5% damage mitigation via souling, and because our pet are not dying, that means we can actually be quite a bit more tanky against the warriors, and that's what we need. We need to outlast their CDs. Affliction Lock is outlasting spec, and that's why it's not doing very good right now, because there's a lot of people who can just burst you down from 100% to 0. Yes, and the Shadow Flame glyph is of course baseline, because you do need a reliable snare, and 30% is not. I would actually rather keep a Curse of Weakness on the warrior. Simply put, because the Jinx actually reduces the rage regeneration by 10, which is huge when you're dealing the warriors. So let's keep going. Now, as you guys probably already figured, I choose Seductress to use my pet. First of all, and this is my first time using it, so don't be too rough, the knockback is absolutely amazing. Another thing what makes Seductress is so useful against the warriors in the duel is it negates warrior's opener. His opener is charge stun, throw down, 2 hamstrings. And look at this one, I completely negate it negated it. So guys, I'm gonna do a commentary for this duel and for the next ones. Please enjoy watching them. So let's get started. The warrior is gonna charge me here and I'm gonna seduce him right off the bat. And after seduction he decided to sit through it, so after the throwdown I'm still actually will need some of the little bit of space, so I'm gonna fear him. And I'm gonna also dot him up. He berserker rage out of it and he pops spell reflect, and I'm fell flame that spell reflect. Right now I'm actually doing very good. I'm calling him and he trinkets out of the call, but his berserk rage is down, so I actually know that I can fear him when I need it. I have that roughly about 20-second window right now here. So the warrior is getting low and I popped my demon soul and I applied full dots on him and I also howled. And right now basically out of the all pressure, because I completely negated his opener, he goes down. But now let's look at more duels. Enjoy!